Hi everyone, welcome to another CeMAT pre-event promo interview. Today's interview is actually with Chris Hauk from Headland. Chris, wonderful, thanks so much for coming into the studio. Glad to meet you.
Thanks Lawrence for having us, really nice, thank you.
Our pleasure. Now Headland is a really impressive business, it's got so many applications, but tell us about Headland first and foremost before we dive a bit more into CeMAT.
Yeah, look, Headland Technology is an Australian operated business and we've been around for now 75 years.
Wow.
We're going to have our 75th anniversary this year.
Yep.
And we've been from the start focusing on automation solutions for manufacturing, for logistics businesses. So we provide really anything automation solutions, machinery, and trying to help our clients with intralogistics solutions to help them get better.
Well, it's a perfect segue to talk about CeMAT because obviously the biggest expo in the country when it comes to intralogistics and logistics and automation. So tell us about your booth, your number 302 at CeMAT. Tell us what have you got on display, what will you be discussing?
Yeah, so we have a lot of great new exciting things on the stand. We represent, in particular in the intralogistics department, which I'm heading for, is basically 3 different solutions. And we represent 2 German manufacturers and 1 Australian manufacturer. And the first of 2 one is focusing on automated industrial storage solutions. That's for large sheet metals or long span goods, such as extrusions or tube storage. We then have also some automated storage and retrieval systems, really in the vertical side. And for that, we work with a company called Hanel. And the third one we provide with an Australian business, a sort of more software-based application, and in that particular focuses on warehouse management systems for any sort of business to really drive efficiencies, reduce any risk or increase accuracies in the operations.
Wonderful. Well, let's explore those. I mean, looking at, let's say, non-standard size goods and different SKUs, that first application that you talked about in long span, that's a real challenge for warehousing and distribution because especially the old systems, you'd have to have cantilever type racking and there's a lot of nuances that you can't just fit into a standard shed.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, particularly long goods is something that is very common in Australia. And we do have a lot of products, extrusions in tubes, where we have then to get cut to size and lengths, but it's all, we're talking 6, 8, 10 meters, whatever it is. And imagine if you have to take this down with a forklift, from 5, 6 meter height, it gets quite challenging. So having to move around, obviously we want to make sure that, we take care of the people, and a big focus for us is increased safety in businesses. And we have many case studies in Australia where we've dramatically increased safety. That was a very often number 1 rule to do that. Get forklifts completely out of the way. At the same time, you can store a lot more at the footprint. So you can utilize the space in other areas. For instance, if your business grows, you have the chance of utilizing your storage space in the vertical, so therefore you can invest into other machineries. Even though in Australia, let's say we have the luxury of a lot of land, but we do now, when it comes to our areas, it's very expensive to move around. So you can definitely grow your business further by investing in those solutions. And drive efficiencies and safety in your business. Wonderful,
Chris. I think, as I said, that those, let's say, non-standard SKUs can really create challenges for any warehouse. But the fact that you can apply automation to that now, and some of the new innovation and technology, I'm sure that'll be a lot of interest for people walking through CeMAT.
Yeah, we hope so. And I think there's a lot of interest in general now in going forward in Australia. Everyone wants to become more efficient, drive innovation, and do better. So I think we'll definitely have some good opportunities to assist clients.
Let's look at the ASRS. So you talked about that. Obviously, that's been around for a little while. A lot of companies are familiar with the ASRS concept. What's so different about yours, and how does that apply?
Different to us is that we've been in that business in Australia for now over 20 years with our partner Hanel in Germany. They are the ones that have almost came up with the first industrial carousel, back in the, I think, 40s, 50s it was. And now it's been obviously changed a lot more, but we are very flexible and diverse, so we can cater to so many different areas. It doesn't matter what the size of the product is, we have the experience of so many different applications. And the solution is technically proven, it's very reliable, and you want it to be to have no downtime, to work non-stop 24/7. Those are investment, and solutions need to run non-stop. So for us, it's we focus very much on everything is in-house. So the manufacturer we have does everything by themselves. Particularly when it comes to controls and into the integration, there is no third-party software or license required. It's all an embedded software that can seamlessly integrate into any sort of ERP system. So when you integrate those systems, that's where I believe you get the biggest value out, is when you do the integration. And there's no one else that can provide such great integration technologies that Hanel can do. And we're glad to represent them. And that's probably one of the most unique part, that their system integrates well, is the most reliable on the market, and has the best sort of quality on the build-up.
Wonderful. Well, perfect segue to talk about that third product that you were talking about, the software, the WMS. And as you say, integration these days, data is king. If you can capture the data, utilize data, increase efficiencies, and let's say tweak those 1%ers, a really good WMS can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. It's a Australian software called Multipick, and they've been working with us for the last 8 years now. It sort of started off as really trying to improve efficiency in the picking process, and has now really driven into the entire WMS system, from the goods in to the goods out. And the real focus that we found is, in particular our partner found, is Multipick, is that there are many ERP systems out there. They all have their inbuilt WMS modules and so forth, but none of the systems go really down deep enough to the shop floor. They're really mostly inventory management solutions. And with Multipick, we find it's the only system, the only technology that can provide efficiency and drive throughput, reduce risks, increase accuracy on the shop floor. So it's really about to make operations more efficient and to get more out of it. And that's really a solution we find. It's super easy to use. It's all about plug and play. Again, it's about integration, being able to integrate easily. It's no third-party software, no licensing. It's all about embedded software into controllers, and it's all plug and play. And we have, for all these solutions, particularly for the last two with Hanel and Multipick, we have a number of really large, reputable Australian businesses running it that have their own, spend a lot of money on ERPs, but they still need a customized solution that goes on the shop floor. And that's where we see is a big demand and a big need to really drive efficiency on the shop floor.
You're right, Chris. I think that I've been around supply chain now for 3 decades, and you see so many ERPs that are sales-based, inventory-based, but when it comes to the WMS, they're not analysing velocity and optimising the locations and even the size of those locations and pick faces and so forth.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like that's you've really got some expertise in that whole WMS space.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely.
Great. Well, I think there's obviously much more than the 3 key topics that we've talked about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But and let's just touch on some of the other areas of expertise. The CNC, the industrial, for Headland as well.
Yeah, look, our focus has been from the very start of the business in automation. So it started off with machinery, and now we're providing also technology solutions into software integration, in consultation. And it's really about being what our focus is and our drive and our mission is really, we want to provide automation, machinery and technology to Australian businesses, enabling their growth to be more competitive local, to be more competitive against any sort of imports. We really want to strive for that, and for that we have a really good, again, portfolio, very diverse. And the biggest thing for us is that we definitely start to finish, right? So we advise, we can help you with the right solution that makes sense for your business. There's no point getting something across that doesn't help your business, because you will have an investment that goes into 10, 20, 30 years.
That's right.
And for us, we're going to be from the start. We can advise, we consult. We then have over 50 trained factory engineers across Australia and New Zealand. We're based in every state, in every major city, where we have people on the ground that can help, that do the installation, and then, but most importantly, are there when it matters, and the service and the expertise going forward. And we look for people that want to go into partnership. We have customers that have been with us from the very start. Now we're talking 70 plus years, which is amazing. So there are not many businesses out there that can achieve that, I think. And for us, is we always trying to innovate. We always want to see what can we do better. We want to listen to the people we deal with, to the market, and we always want to find new things that we can help businesses across the globe.
Fantastic. Well, I think that point that you've made is that the 75-year anniversary this year is obviously a real testament to obviously the experience, the people, the culture, but also that aftercare support. You wouldn't be around for 75 years if it didn't make a positive difference.
No, it is, and I think Australia and New Zealand, we're so far away from everything, right? And we need, when businesses are running here, we have businesses that run 24/7. They can't afford a downtime, and we need to be there when they need us. And I think that's for us important. We're not there to have a solution and then that's it. We really want to be there for the long term, and that's why I think it's so important to have your own in-house engineers. And that's, I think, a service that is very important. Sometimes maybe taken for granted.
Well, that's right.
At times, but I think it's an investment that we do. We always invest. We've opened an office in Western Australia last year. So we're really investing into the areas and put people on the ground and always keep training people. That's for us very, very important.
Wonderful. Well, as we know, I think technology now, especially in the automation space, is getting more competitive, cheaper, but it really takes people. It still needs that expertise and integration, as you say, that customer service to bring it all together and make sure everything's running and humming.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for us important is finding the best talent. I think that's key to anyone's business. Having the right people that have the expertise. We have such a diverse area. There are many people that have different backgrounds, which then leads to also very great proactive discussions internally when we're trying to find solutions.
The solutions, that's it.
The expertise that's in-house I think is invaluable. So when we have, we can cater for, especially in the logistics side, we have manufacturing businesses that use it for production. We have e-commerce businesses that use it for distribution. There's anything from medical to mining sites to aerospace, you name it. So it's with our solutions, we can look at basically any business that needs advice, support, or wants to optimize the operations. And the good thing is for us is we have the knowledge already in Australia. We have so many use cases, and we're more than happy to see what we can do for other people.
Wonderful. Well, I know that you're at booth number 302 at CeMAT. Really, hopefully this video will actually show people why they need to come and talk to you and the team there, because there is a massive amount of experience and solution-driven expertise there that you can really talk to them and dive deep into their business. Yeah,
we'd love to, absolutely. We will look forward to getting a lot of new faces, meeting people. We'd love to talk to people, get them to show, come to us and have a coffee and see, what challenges do they have, what do they need help with, and see if we can support them.
Congratulations. Well done, Chris. Thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thanks, Lawrence. Appreciate it.
We'll definitely see you and the team.
Yeah, definitely.
At the expo, at the conference, 23rd to 25th of July here at the Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre, where you'll see a whole range of all the latest intralogistics, service providers, solution providers and experts like Chris and the team at Headland Technologies. Thanks again, Chris. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Lawrence. Appreciate it.
Next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Ciao. Cheers.
Thank you.